I love real estate. I love owning real estate. I love investing in real estate. I love looking at real estate. I scroll real estate at night. I look at ranches at night. I look at houses, but also on the weekends, I like to go to open houses. And I've recently bought a home in Arizona, so I spent a little bit of time in Arizona, which I really enjoy, by the way. So I like to go to houses, and there's really incredible homes in the area that I like to look in, like homes I've never been in before with crazy things. But I show up to this open house once, Chris, and I walk up to the door and I open the door. And as soon as I open the door, across the doorway was this red rope, like the movie theater kind of red rope, and it was clipped. The agent walks up to the door, dressed professionally, smiles at me and says, "Hey, thanks for coming to my open house." First of all, the sellers requested that people either take their shoes off or they put on some booties. Which one do you prefer? And I said, I guess I'll take the booties. So he hands me some booties. I put them on my feet. He said, second, the sellers requested that everybody that come into the open house register in advance. He hands me this little tablet with an app on there, and I fill out my name and information. I hand it back to him. He looks and makes sure that I didn't put Donald Duck or go to hell or FU in there, and then I put real information. Then he says, welcome to 1334 Main Street. He reaches down, he opens up the red cord, walks me in. He says, before you walk around today, let me tell you a couple of quick things and I'll leave you be. He gives me 5 or 6 tidbits about the property. Then he lets me walk around. As I walk back through the living room, he asked me a couple of nice questions. And then towards the end, he says, what do you think? I said, I really love the home. Uh, I could live in a home like this, but I don't like the position of the lot. I feel like all the neighbors and from the road, you're kind of looking at the front of the house, and I'm looking for something more private. And he said, hey, our market's really tight right now. It's really hard to find an amazing property because the most amazing properties are sold off market that nobody knows about. Would it be of value to you if I could get you into a couple properties that are currently not publicly marketed, that are off market, pocket listings, so to speak, uh, and I could show you a few of those? I said, yeah, that would be interesting to me. And I walked out. The next day, he reaches out to me. Thanks for coming to the open house. Enjoyed meeting you. By the way, you mentioned you would like to look at some properties. Tell me a little bit more what's most important to you. And he said, I have one idea for a property you should go see, not currently on the market. Now, I have place partners in Arizona, some of the best agents in the world that are my business partners. But if this guy found me a property that was not on the market that nobody else brought me, I would use him to buy this property without questioning, because that is bringing me value that nobody else is. So when we think about these changes of, are buyers going to be willing to pay buyer's commission if the seller isn't? I'd pay this guy's commission if the seller wasn't, because he's bringing me a property that nobody else has brought me. So when you think about your value, our real job is to connect sellers who would like to sell with buyers who would like to buy. And the more we do that, the less we have to worry about compensation or changes in the industry or any of that. But what is your unique value going to be? I think what I just mentioned might be one of them. Think, Chris, if you and I went into a Ford dealership and we walked in the dealership and we found this nice salesperson and we said, hey, do you have any trucks? And they're like, I don't know. We're going to Best Buy. We're looking for a laptop. I'm like, hey, we're looking for a laptop. Where are your laptops? And they're like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, we wouldn't work with them.
Yeah.
Like, we need to have 10 amazing properties in our pocket at all times that we could talk about. So when somebody comes in and says, do you have a laptop or a truck? We're like, actually, I do. Let me tell you about a couple that you should know about. And that is real value. And that agent I met is never going to have an issue no matter what happens in the industry.